Hey everybody, going into chapter 1 of Lessons from a Sheepdog. Awesome chapter on what it means to be in the wrong hands. In the wrong hands. In other words, we talked about you've been created in the image of God, and to fulfill the purposes of God or going on mission with God. But there's going to be some tough things that have to happen. This book's really starting to work through how God starts to basically earn our trust, win our heart. And this chapter, In the Wrong Hands, is all about this idea. God created you to do great things. But he says this, I think it's amazing. He says, God will and does work through humans to accomplish his purposes, his grand designs. We become his co-workers. He is called the Good Shepherd. We are the sheep. We've got to learn to hear his voice. Jesus promised us we'd be able to hear his voice. But there is a reality that we find ourselves not under the care of Jesus right away. We actually find ourselves in a different place. We're under the care of a bad master. And that bad master rules the kingdom of darkness. His name is Satan. And so we're all born into that place because of just the sinful condition of the world. Christ has come into that darkness as a light to show us, say, come with me. I want to be your shepherd. And it says this, we have to be actually loosed from the tyranny of the wrong owner. And you picture that dog getting loosed from that lady that didn't know how to take care of him or was ruthless to him. We have to be released from the servitude of sin to self and to our slave master, Satan. It says, and I thought this was interesting, it says, we don't have absolute freedom. I thought that's an interesting idea. We have a tendency to think that. But it says there's no such thing as absolute freedom. Even though human beings are free agents, they must come under the control of forces and influence greater than themselves. In other words, you're going to be, guys, never the Lord of your own life. You're going to be under someone else's authority. It's either going to be Satan or it's going to be God. And so this is a difficult circumstance we find ourselves in, because a lot of times we've been hurt and we don't trust the good master, or we're confused about who is the good master. And he wrote this, doubts and misgivings surge through our minds. We cringe from his coming. Our wills are set in stern resistance. We're convinced we're going to suffer abuse at his hands. But it's only the hand of God that can set us free. Guys, if we're going to go on mission with God, we've got to get under the right master. He says, the terrible truth is Satan is very real, very active, and exceedingly deceptive. Yeah, but you know what? There is this reality that God is wooing us. He's coming after us. He's waiting patiently. He's given Jesus. He's not given up on us. And I love this. He says it would take weeks and months for his little dog, Lass, to fully discover that her new master had only her best intentions at heart. And he says this, it takes some of us a lifetime to learn that Christ, our good shepherd, knows exactly what he is doing with us. He understands us perfectly. Wow. Guys, I don't know where you're at in this journey, but some of you need to get started. And by just putting yourself under the care of the master, the new master. And it's going to take some big steps for you to trust God. But you can do it. He's revealed himself through Jesus. Go back. If you haven't done that yet and you're struggling, go back and read what Jesus says about life and what he says about us and his heart for us. And I think that you'll see that we can trust God because we can trust Jesus. So keep with it. I hope you're enjoying it. Have a great week. Serve the Lord with gladness. Later.